What's up, good people? I got an inspirational word for you today. And it's simply entitled Switch It Up. When you find yourself undergoing the same exact attack from the devil over and over and over again, we must come to the conclusion and to the realization that something different must be done. If we want victory, if we want to succeed, we have to. It's a must. It's so important for us to be willing to change, evolve, grow. When the devil is attacking you in the same manner, using the same techniques, the same person, the same job, the same outlet, the same vehicle to get under your skin and to get you ready to throw in the towel and ready to quit and get you questioning your faith or questioning if God is even real, we must switch it up. We have to do something different. It's like that across the board, even in sports. Let's say I'm the coach of a team and I find myself preparing a game plan. I go into the game, we get into situational downs, and that play is not working. I don't just keep running the ball up the gut because that was my initial plan. That's ignorant, it's arrogant, and it's prideful. We must be willing to look at ourselves, evaluate ourselves, and see where change must take place. Point blank, period. Sometimes we have to switch up our game plan. If I come in with a game plan and it don't work, and just because it was my brilliant game plan that I thought of and I wanted to succeed this way, and I keep doing it, and I keep failing, and I keep running into a brick wall, and I keep facing dead ends, and I keep losing, I must, if I want to succeed and get better and do better, I must switch it up. I can't keep running the ball straight up the middle, getting a 1 yard loss, a 2 yard loss, 3 yard loss, 2 yard gain, 1 yard gain, back to a 1 yard loss. That's not good enough. There is a million ways to attack the enemy. Just like he attacks us, we have counter attacks. We must use them all. This is warfare. You just cannot come out with a pea shooter or a box cutter and think you're going to win this war. Spiritual warfare is real. Start touching and utilizing some of these weapons and instruments that God placed at our disposal freely. You have prayer. And a million times I've ran into people and engaged them in conversations, and we get deep and we start talking about faith and what it means to them, and then we get to the topic of I've been through this, I've been through that, and I don't know, man. I mean, I think there's a higher power, but I don't know. I mean, is God really real? I've been through so much, and I mean, it's always the same thing. I always end up on the, short end of the stick, or I always end up on the losing side. Is that God's fault? And this is just a question. Have we utilized all the weapons at our disposal? Or have we just been using one particular path and method to fight back? Let me tell you, good people, if you're a brawler and your only strategy is to go in there and throw haymakers, you're going to get knocked out. You have to have a strategy. Baseball players, they have different pitches. Even the ones with the biggest, strongest, most powerful arms, they have curveballs. Curveballs are meant to offset or throw off the person that you're going up against. We have to switch it up, good people. Let me break it down. Prayer alone is useless. Prayer is a good tool, but prayer alone is useless, worthless. It is not going to help you. I know that sounds crazy, but it's not. And then you have to study prayer. You have to line yourself up with God's will and what He wants for you in your life. Just praying or simply handing God a list of your desires is not going to work. Prayer without belief is not going to work. What are you saying? I'm glad you asked. If you pray and you don't believe, nothing will happen. Everybody possesses the ability to say words. Everyone possesses the ability just to speak. You know, that's free will. That's volition. You can say what you want. It doesn't matter though. I'm gonna tell you how powerful God is. You can take a mute person that can't even speak, but if they use what they have, what God has given them, out of their hearts, the pits of their soul, and they pour it out to God, their message will be heard louder than a person that used 1,226 words out of the thesaurus. You can sound elegant. You can have the most beautiful prayer that anyone has ever heard. Use all kind of fancy and big words, but you cannot wow God into moving. You have to have faith. You have to believe. And there's a tangible asset. And there's something in the way that you move and you act and you respond after prayer that shows you believe in what you just prayed about. That's key. So praying is good, but praying and believing opens the door to your growth. Open the door to ways being made for you. Not just prayer alone, good people. So you have prayer. Then you have fasting. Fasting is sacrificing. Sacrifice is so important in the kingdom of God, good people. If you are willing to sacrifice, that shows God that you believe whatever you are giving up, you believe that it's less significant than what you're going to receive from God. Wow. That's faith. See, praying is awesome, but it's levels to this thing. You have to pray, and you have to pray with a belief and a certain brand of faith in your heart. If you really want mountains to move, if you really want to slay giants, if you really want to take off to that next level. And then after that deep prayer, we have sacrifice, fasting, giving up a certain thing. Let me use an analogy. I love jewelry. I love accessories and nice shoes and, video games. But I understand that if I want to achieve these certain things, or if I had a particular item in mind that I know I wanted, and I know it costs a certain amount of money to get that particular item, what I'm going to do is I'm going to live in a manner that is conducive to me receiving that thing that I want. Even if it means giving up or doing without some things or some people. You have to give up something. You just can't pray and give up nothing. It doesn't work that way. You will not be successful. You will surely lose, and you will keep losing. And most of us have kept losing. So, it's getting good to me, people. So, we have prayer. We can check that off. What else we have? Fasting, sacrifice. We can check that off. But one of the greatest instruments of survival and just success in general in life is being able to transform your mind. If we transform our mind, situations will change. If we transform our mind, circumstances will change. If we transform our minds, we will change. Then we have true power. Because now, no matter what we go through, no matter what burden is placed at our feet or on our shoulders, we can constantly evolve, grow, learn from it, adapt, adjust, and come out as a winner. We can't keep doing the same things, good people. If you've been saying that same prayer and it's not working, try a desperate prayer. Try a prayer out of the pits of your heart and soul where you start to drip snot and tears are running down and you don't care how foolish you look. You pray into something, you feel something inside of you start to breaking. You feel God moving in your situations. Maybe it's time for that ugly prayer. Maybe it's time for sacrifice. Maybe it's time for deeper sacrifice. Maybe it's time for a deeper relationship with God. If we asking for greater things, we need to have greater relationship. So key. Good people. I hope you got my message. If you want better, you got to do different. They used to say, if you want better, you got to do better. You can't do better until you think different. Let's think different. Let's do different if we want different results. Y'all know the saying. I'm not even going to say it. Let's not be crazy. Let's not be insane. Switch it up. As always, trust God, love hard, and everything else, I promise, I guarantee you, will fall into place. I love y'all. Salute.